Hey guys, what's up? In today's video, I'm gonna be comparing two very popular cameras, the GoPro Hero 7 Black and the Canon G7X Mark II. We're gonna be comparing the two through different categories to see which one you should buy. Here we are, guys, in one of my favorite parks in Miami with the Canon G7X Mark II and the GoPro Hero 7 Black. Before we do a very detailed comparison of both cameras, I'm gonna go ahead and dive into the specs of each camera. Right here in my hand, I have the latest GoPro release, which is the GoPro Hero 7 Black. Like any GoPro, it's really small, really versatile. You can pretty much take it anywhere, mount it anywhere. What I like about these new GoPros is that in the back, they have a 2-inch screen, which allows you to see what you're filming, and you can also adjust the settings through here really easily. A big reason people buy this thing is because it films 4K at 60 and 30 frames per second, as well as filming 2.7K and 1080 at 120, 60 and 30 frames per second. Unlike many cameras, the GoPro and action cameras in general have different field of views. The GoPro has wide, linear, and super view, which gives you different viewing angles for different shooting needs. One of the biggest selling points of the GoPro Hero 7 Black is that it has a really good in-camera stabilizer, and it's a really good feature known as Hyper Smooth. It's pretty much a built-in gimbal that stabilizes all your action footage. Currently, the GoPro Hero 7 Black retails for about $350, but I do know they have some cheaper GoPro Hero 7 models like the GoPro Hero 7 White and Silver. Right now I'm holding the Canon G7X Mark II, which is one of the most famous cameras for vlogging and just YouTube in general. It shoots amazing video at 1080p 60 or 30 frames per second. It's very compact and just makes it a very portable camera for getting amazing quality video. The display is touchscreen and it's also adjustable, which is perfect for trying to get really good unique shots. In fact, something that makes it really convenient for vlogging, unlike the GoPro, is that its display actually flips over completely so you can see yourself while you're filming and vlogging. Currently, the Canon G7X Mark II retails for about $600, but I have seen some cheaper options used and refurbished online. Now that you finally know the basic specs of the cameras, it's time to put these cameras head to head and compare their video and audio quality. The first category in which we're gonna compare these cameras is a classic sit-down video. Now, a sit-down video is exactly what the name suggests. It's a video where somebody is sitting down and showing something to their audience, whether it's a makeup tutorial, a video game, anything of that sort. That's what I consider a sit-down video. Usually the setup for these type of videos is really good lighting and a good DSLR camera with a good microphone to get the audio. Hopefully you guys get an idea and you can compare the video and audio and see which one you like more, which one suits your needs. The downside to both of these cameras is that none of them have an external mic jack. However, I have seen aftermarket products where you could still somehow connect a microphone to the camera. Even though the GoPro can film up to 4K, I hardly film 4K footage. That's mainly because when I'm editing, 4K footage takes really long to render, and this computer is kind of old, so it doesn't do a good job of doing that. Also, whenever you shoot in 4K, it tends to render really down, and I don't really see a difference between 1080 and 4K in terms of YouTube. In my opinion, the Canon G7X Mark II is just a little better than the GoPro when it comes to these videos. The audio is a lot smoother, and on top of that, the flip out screen just really helps you a lot with display, and it lets you see if you're on frame when you're filming, which is really important. However, the GoPro didn't come up that short. It's still a really good option. Keep in mind, these cameras were built for two different reasons. The GoPro was built for an action camera, while this camera right here, the Canon G7X Mark II, was built for more of a lifestyle vlogging, filming type camera. The next category in which we're gonna compare these two cameras, which is something that a lot of YouTubers do, is in vlogging. Right now I am vlogging with both cameras, just taking a casual walk around the park. Obviously the main thing that I like about the Canon G7X Mark II for vlogging is that it has a flip out screen. I could see myself perfectly. I'm here, then I'm there. You could really see yourself perfectly on frame, and you could also see your surroundings. With the GoPro, it doesn't have a flip out screen, so I can't really see myself. But I do know that it has a really wide lens, so I just hope that I'm on frame right now, but I can't really tell. Also, keep in mind that with the GoPro, I am filming in a linear view. I think linear is the best field of view if you want footage that looks like a regular camera and not like a weird wide angle. Obviously, the GoPro is smaller and it is waterproof, so if you're more of like an action person, the GoPro might be for you. I do know that GoPro cameras are usually not good with audio. However, I've heard that the GoPro Hero 7 Black has actually stepped up its audio game, and it actually has audio that's usable. All right, so I decided to change the field of view on the GoPro. Right now, I'm filming at a wide angle. I don't really know if it makes a difference because I can't see what I'm filming, but hopefully it does. Usually wide angle is if you want to get, like, obviously by the name, a wider shot, or you just want to get more surrounding. The other field of view that the GoPro offers is Super View. Super View should get like a really wide, almost fisheye effect. You're probably going to be able to see like a bunch of my surroundings. Honestly, it looks really cool if you have a cool background. Right now I'm like just at a park. I don't know how cool that is. All right, now we're gonna play a little bit with the hyper smooth settings. I'm gonna pretend that I'm like vlogging a run or something, and let's see how like smooth the footage comes out. So yeah, I hope that it's stabilizing it really good. Obviously you guys have the Canon G7X footage, you have the GoPro footage. Side by side, you can see which one stabilizes better. I'm holding a really big rig right now, so I don't know how well it's stabilizing, but hopefully it works like a gimbal. I'm done with the vlogging section of this video. Hopefully you guys got a good idea of how these cameras look and how they hear when vlogging. I think that it is time for some B-roll and a time lapse. So right now I'm comparing the 4K of the GoPro to the 1080 by 60 frames per second of the Canon G7X Mark II. Me personally, I never shoot in 4K because it's a really big hassle when I'm trying to like edit on my computer. However, the GoPro does shoot 4K, and I do know that a lot of people are interested in looking how that vlog 4K footage looks like, so hopefully you guys like get an idea. I would say the downside though of shooting 4K not only is that it might take really long to render and it might compress on your computer, but also when you're shooting 4K on the GoPro, it only gives you the option to shoot wide, not linear. And me personally, I like linear mode more than wide when it comes down to vlogging. All right, so now I'm gonna do a low light comparison. It is completely nighttime. I'm just using this little light I got going on right here in my backyard. I decided to put the GoPro in 4K, even though I never use 4K, but I've heard that 4K gives better lighting. I don't know if that's true. Anyways, what would happen if I completely leave the light? Let's see how these cameras do in low light. By looking at the screen of my Canon, I really cannot see anything. I cannot see my face. I don't know how the picture looks on the GoPro, but yeah, this is a low light test. In my opinion, both of these cameras are very usable for vlogging. Obviously, the Canon G7X is built as a vlogging camera with the flip out screen. However, the GoPro is still an amazing option. It's small, waterproof, durable. It has a hyper smooth stabilization, which is just a really good feature to have when you're vlogging. Keep in mind that none of these cameras have an external mic jack, but I have seen some aftermarket mic adapters. Now, the last category in which we're gonna be comparing these two is cinematic video. A lot of people like to use a GoPro for travel videos. It's really portable, it's very durable, it's waterproof. They like to take it to the beach and just make a little cool travel video with it. And even though the Canon G7X Mark II is primarily a vlogging camera, I have seen it used and even been compared to a DSLR with its footage. I'm gonna do a little cinematic sequence right here in the park. Nothing crazy, no color grading, no crazy editing, just straight footage out of these two cameras. Alright guys, but that was pretty much my review of the Canon G7X Mark II and the GoPro Hero 7 Black. Obviously both cameras have their pros and cons as you saw in this video, and even though they were built for different purposes, I still think both cameras are amazing and they're gonna give you good results no matter what you're trying to film. Both are really portable cameras. They could fit in your pocket, they fit anywhere, they're not a big DSLR, and you still get really good footage. If I had to give my final verdict and choose one over the other, I would say that they both have different purposes and you should buy them depending on your needs. I would say the GoPro is really good if you're trying to look for something really portable and you're not trying to film anything crazy, nothing too cinematic, maybe some simple vlogs, but just very simple editing. However, if you're more of like a lifestyle YouTuber, you want something that can replace a DSLR, you do more vlogging type of stuff, then I would say you should invest your money in the Canon G7X Mark II. But like I said earlier, none of these cameras are really at a bigger advantage than the other. These are still two amazing cameras. I hope you guys enjoyed this review and hopefully it helps you when it comes to choosing between which one you're gonna buy. That's pretty much it for me. I'm leaving, it's really hot, but always remember to stay hydrated.